Hi everybody. Well, this is going to be our first video as far as planting goes. I'm sure for some of you experts, you're going to see some mistakes. Some of your newbies, you're going to think, why didn't I start doing this a long time ago? I try and make things as simple as possible, and I'm having pretty good luck right now. I've been gardening for quite a few years now. Started doing seeds, starting things in my basement a couple years ago. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to go ahead and do spinach and lettuce for you guys. So I'm going to give you a quick view of what we have growing right now, and then we'll get started, okay? This right here is our cabbage. You see it's doing really well as compared to pictures I had done a couple weeks ago. Our celery. Our basil is growing like crazy. And we have our mint and our parsley and our beets. If you can look, we've got a couple of onions back there that are coming along. Then we've got more celery over here. We've got broccoli. We've got about 5 broccolis. And then we've got the rest of our cabbage. And as I said, I've got all of my lettuce, my arugula, my mustard greens, and what else did I have up there? I have so many greens growing I can't even remember everything. But, oh yes, and my tomatoes are doing well. The cucumbers, everything is up in the kitchen. They're coming along really nicely as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to hand the phone to Blake real quick. And hopefully we can knock this out really fast for you. Okay, I got called out on this last week. So I made sure that I didn't post anything until I got my organic potting soil. You know, there's just no point if you're going to go through all of the trouble to plant your own garden and plant your seeds and buy organic seeds and, you know, take the time and put the love into growing your own food that it takes, then there's no reason to contaminate it by getting soil to start things off that's already chemical laden. So you can find organic, and truth be known, it is not any more expensive than the stuff that's laced with chemicals. So all you do, your first thing, you have 2 trays, and I should have showed you guys this. And sometimes you can get these from a greenhouse. They'll gladly give them to you. They might have a crack or something in them, but these already have drainage holes in them, so a crack or 2 is not going to be a big deal, in my opinion. The big deal is getting trays that these can sit in that don't have any holes, because you're going to be, after your seeds sprout, you're going to be adding water to this bottom tray, because you don't want to continue to spray water on top or pour water on top, because you can get funguses and diseases, and you don't want that. You don't want to have to deal with it. So once you have your potting soil in your tray, which I always wetten mine down a little bit, dampen it, but I didn't have to today because it's been snowing like crazy here, and it was outside, so it's already wet. So the seeds that I'm using today are from Seeds of Change. They are 100% certified organic, which is what you want. You want heirloom seeds, non-GMO, no hybrids, anything like that. Baker Seed Company, I love them. They're in Mansfield, Missouri. There are a handful of companies that do provide organic heirloom seeds, so seek those out. I'll also post some links to some of their sites in our page so that you guys can have a little bit easier access. But you need to think about what you're wanting to grow, what you're wanting to start. Start simple, just a couple of things to get you started, and just go with it. You're gonna fail, you're gonna have plants die. It's all part of it. It's all trial and error. So what I do with my lettuce seeds, which is what we're going to do right now, is I just kind of scatter them across the top. I have no rhyme or reason. Some people are very meticulous, as I said. you know, about how they do their seeds. I'm not. I don't know. It takes the fun out of it a little bit, I think. So I'm going to do half of my tray in lettuce seed. And then I'm also going to do the other half. I've already planted quite a bit of spinach, so I don't have a whole lot of seeds left here. But the bigger seeds, I will just kind of separate those out a little bit, just because they are bigger. And then once we get these in, this is so easy. See, I mean, there's nothing hard about it. I just hate whenever people say, well, I don't have time, or I don't know where to start, or, you know, it's not hard at all. It's actually very easy. And then as far as my lettuce seeds, and as I said, you know, some pros may say, what are you doing? But this is how I do it. I just go across the top with my hand, and then I get into my bag, and then I just go over a little bit more, because you really don't need a lot of soil covering lettuce seeds, okay? You really, really don't. So I just kind of put a little bit over there. Just like that. Just so they have something to get them started to sprout. And then I just take my finger, and with the spinach seeds or anything else that is a larger seed to start, I just take my finger and I just poke them all down just a little bit, quarter inch or so, and then again I just take my hand and I just go across the top. If one pops out, I just poke it right back in. Nothing hard about it at all. Nothing fancy. No special tricks or secrets or anything like that. And then, once I'm done with that, dirty hands and all, you gotta love it, I just take, since I am growing mine downstairs, I'm starting them downstairs, it's really important that you have the right lighting, as well as a way to keep the soil moist until everything sprouts. So, what I do, you can buy these fancy, you know, containers and things like that to cover your trays. I don't do that. I just take plastic wrap and I cover them with that. And I didn't cut this piece long enough, obviously. And then you know what, I'm just going to recut that because I don't want to show you guys the wrong way, because I wouldn't let that go, and I wouldn't want you guys to let it go either. So you want to make sure you tear your plastic long enough, because you want it to hang over the edge, because like you just saw, if it's not long enough, it will want to slide down in there. So what I do is that, and then I pop it against another tray that's already in place on both sides so that the plastic stays tight. Now, normally, I would take just an old spray bottle of water and I would totally moisten the top. But since my soil is so wet, I'm not going to do that today. Okay? So, that's it for the very first tray. We'll come back in a few days and see where we're at. Okay? Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.